Morning, morning, morning. Good morning, good morning. What's up, Reckless Dave? What's up, Teresa? What's up, King Carnage? What's up, Matthew? Started the stream a little bit earlier than usual, but I did kind of a silent, just type out some stuff, let people tune in. Good morning, Charlie. Let me know if the music is too loud or too quiet. On my end, it looks like it's okay. Thank you, Teresa. What's up, peoples? How you doing, man? Why is this chart always messed up? Oh, okay. That was drawing demand. Alright, we'll leave that then. Previous day high. Previous day close is pretty much there. Previous day open. They're pretty much the same level. I might just mark this then. Alright, so my sectors for short-term checking are done. We got SPY done on the bigger and smaller time frames. Make sure all my individual equities are cleaned up. Looks like a couple of the... Oh, no, these are good levels. Never mind. We'll leave that one, too, just because it's a good halfway point. Wait, why is that there? So that day's open. Broke under, retested. Yeah, we can remove that, actually. Yeah, at this level here. Previous day open, previous day high, close. We got the low already, so no worries there. But Apple's up in the morning. That's good. TLT's up. AMD. Previous day high, previous day close, previous day open, previous day low. That's going to look good over 103s to 104, 105, 104.50s. Looks like under PML is a good initial breakdown. Under 101.16 can be seen as a better break below towards 100.50 and 99.50s. So Apple, AMD both cleaned up. We don't really day trade Microsoft, but it looks like over previous day highs that can look good. A hold of previous day close is also good. Looks like they have an area between their open and close of previous day that could be seen as a support. Nvidia, it looks like over... So there's previous day open, previous day high, oops, previous day high, pre-market high, pre-market low, previous day low, top of demand to previous day low. So it looks like under 458.90s, above 465 or 465.40s can be seen as initial breakouts. But I would say to the upside, you really do need to watch 470 as well as 467 for breakouts. And then to the downside, you have a very, very close pre-market low breakdown. Right before the previous day low demand. It pops up between 450 to 453. It's kind of crazy saying that's demand now, but it's just, again, short-term intraday demand. It looks like a bigger breakdown will happen if 449.30s breaks. So this is really your death drop level. This would be a good quick scalp level to the downside, but overall it looks like over 467, 470s you could see higher levels again. Nvidia's done. Good morning, Eric. Excited to trade as well, peoples. Honestly, I'm probably going to try not to trade as much this week, but I'm still going to trade. I'm really just concerned with everyone just using the right levels, the right system this week. I want to see more people posting the levels, more people talking about game plans, posting their game plans in chat again, just using the simple levels. It's not really that hard to get the levels. You know, I would say levels are the easiest part. The hard part would be, you know, actually forming a game plan around it and then seeing how much you can stick to it. You know, saying, okay, well, if it does this, I'll do this. If it does this, I'll do this. You know, and then sticking to it. That's the hardest part. But it looks like Tesla's already kind of done for us, actually. They're on a run up here again. But over 245s, we could see more upside short term again. You can see they're already kind of up in pre-market. They closed at almost 239 last week. They're already up in the 243s. So could see a pullback all the way down to 238.60s. See if that holds. Could see just a continuation of a pre-market high. Don't really need to touch that chart though. Everything's set. Google's already pushing higher. Looks like Meta's already up higher against the 2-day ago demand, which was broken down, turned into supply. I decided to leave it here since technically it never broke. They just tested it. So this is a perfect representation of what demand turning into supply looks like. This is demand. This is reversing from it, retesting, breaking down from it. This turns it into a seller controlled area. So it's still seller controlled here until we see a breakout and a retest. So this could be a really good watch here on Meta, which also, if you guys remember, they just had the jump here last week from 277.75 to 277.89. They had the jump from here, which actually got them up into the 290s, almost at 300. But you can see now, we just jumped from there again Friday. So this could be a really good warmed up chart for potential bullish upside. If you guys are going to see more upside this week, I would make sure Meta is my #1 watch again this week. Last week it was my #1. This week it's my #1 again. I think even before the week that I said Meta was my #1. Meta's been oddly my #1 for a few weeks now. And then Netflix, sorry, it looks like over 419.85, the same level we've been trading around the past couple weeks. We'll see if we can get a breakout over that again, or we'll get a rejection. We'll see if previous day close breaks down, and we'll get more sellers stepping in. But we just covered SPY, bigger and smaller time frame. We covered all of the individual charts here, upside and downside, if they range. You know, we cover every scenario. We covered every sector for short-term movement here. But yeah, we've covered pretty much everything we can, and we still have another 38 minutes to go. This is why I do not start my streams early. Good morning, Eric. Good morning, Evis, Diddy, John. Good morning to each and every one of you. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Go back in the stream, though, if you want to go. But you have plenty of time to go backwards, so go back in the stream and rewatch some of the info on SPY, bigger or smaller time frame, and any of the individual equities or any of the sectors that we went over just now. Members or people who are in the Discord, if you guys are in the Discord or a member of the YouTube channel, you have access to the latest weekly scenarios video, so please go check that out. I think I already saw like 100+ of you check it out, so that's pretty crazy. But yeah, be sure to check out the scenarios video. Meta is the best value with AI exposure in the Magnificent Seven. Then Google. There you go. More reason to love them. Personally, I'm just looking at the chart, but Meta has been moving amazingly. Google too. I feel like nobody ever talks about it, and it kind of stems back to what I was talking about before. You know, there are sectors that are not as popular as other sectors. You know, everyone is in love with tech. And what do you think tech is? Everyone's always saying, "Oh, that's Tesla, that's Meta, right?" No. I'm just talking about Apple and Microsoft, Nvidia, AMD, a couple of the tickers in that exact sector, the IT sector, true tech. That is the most popular sector. Then you have healthcare. It's the second largest sector, but it's probably the most ignored sector at the same time. You know, it doesn't get viewed up as much. No one's paying attention to it. No one's really utilizing it as much. That one's that's a sector you're definitely going to keep an eye on because it's an oddball, but it's a necessity to watch that one. You can't just ignore healthcare. Banks are the same way. Banks are not as popular yet. They're very important. But comms and discretionary can sometimes be seen in this way, you know, and I feel like comms always get overlooked. And then there's a week where you look back at them and you're like, damn, Google's breaking out, Meta's breaking out, Netflix is breaking out. And then it hits you and you're like, damn, these are all in the same sector. Like, damn, XLC is on fire this week. And that's been like the last like couple weeks. It feels like that. So make sure to just kind of understand what your top few weights are in each of these sectors, and you will get a better representation of what's going on. You know, instantly you should look at this and be like, oh, that's Apple, Microsoft. You know, Nvidia's in there too, AMD's in there too, but AMD doesn't really weigh a whole lot, so that doesn't really matter, but it is in that sector. What do you have in here? 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 You know, it's good to just know what is in each of these. Which, if you have TOS, you can just hit Analyze. You can see what weights are in SPY. It updates by the second. You can check out XLK, XLV, XLF, Y, C. You can go through it. You can see, oh, this is the top weight of this sector. Good morning, Mobile, but will be indoors soon. Be safe, Sand Dollar. Good morning, Chem. How's everyone doing? Be sure to share the stream around in the chats, you know, in case I tend to forget which channel I put it in. Share it around to your friends, share it around to other people, whatever. Streams are free. But yeah, be sure to drop a like on the stream. Definitely helps out a ton. We've already been going, guys, for about 20 minutes or so. So take time to go back and check out the SPY bigger or smaller time frame information. We also talked about the different individual equities as well as the S&P sectors. So make sure to go through that. Currently, we see SPY's pushing up higher. Here in a second, I'll pull up the news for the day. Good morning, Taylor. Good morning, Sal's. Excuse me. Make sure you guys have some water or a coffee to wake you up. Oh, yo, I owe y'all 5 memberships. Somebody remind me. Here, you know what? Let me get my laptop before we even. I was wondering why my pockets were burning. No spinning wheel. I can't remember because we can't. The YouTube memberships we can't like directly give you. Like I can't be like, yo, give this 1 month to SF. Because if I could, then we would do the spinning wheel. I promise that. My laptop, it's like every time I open it, it's just straight up on YouTube streams the whole time. Connect to the internet. Yeah, let's try that. Did you already cover Tesla before I joined, Chief? I'm not sure. If you didn't hear me say it, then I did. Because I went through everything that's on the screen. And I'm going to go back through it again, but you're just going to have to give me a couple minutes. I'm trying to pull up my other YouTube. But like I said, I've gone through everything on the screen. SPY, bigger and smaller time frame. We went through Apple, AMD, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, Tesla, Google, Meta, Netflix. Before that, I even went through these just to make sure I had all my levels set. Make sure everything was cleaned up and ready to go. We typed this up at the very, very beginning. I kind of typed it up just silently since I started so early. I was letting people just kind of tune in. But yeah, definitely go through that stuff real quick. Spinning thing. I'm just trying to make sure I get my thing ready. Oh, let me pull up the news. Well, I'm trying to pull up my laptop at the same time. Go to Financial Juice. This is the best website you can go to. I already have mine set, but you'll have this little thing here. Click that. Make sure it only has high, medium, United States. Close. Now you have all the news for the week. I mean, I have it all the way to the end of the year. All the way to December 28th. I can see everything that's going to happen. But yeah, everything's here. Looks like we pretty much have nothing today. But there is news coming out. Consumer confidence, job openings are coming out tomorrow. The day after that, you have employment, crude oil. Day after that, you have PCE, which is the better indicator for the Fed for inflation. Then we have jobless claims, consumer spending. Yeah, this week, I'd say the second half of this week's hot. First half of this week's a little cold from last week, so wouldn't be surprised if we have lower volume days today or tomorrow, and then the days following we have higher volume days. But I would not be surprised to see a lot of wicking compared to previous, especially since we've already kind of came down, hit our low, moved up, came down again, see if we're holding that low or not. Other website that I would recommend is briefing.com. And I don't make money promoting either of these. But this is another good one. I like to personally check every 40. I mean, I should check this more, but I don't. But every 30, 45 minutes, they update another post here. So really, really important to go through that. Another one I like is... No, that was it. That was it. We're good. That's everything. So I'll go through these again whenever I see there's nothing moving, or I'll see if there's something we didn't see. To be fair, Sandollar, there's been a lot of announcements coming out of Elon lately. I'm not trying to like shit on your comment, but there's actually been a lot coming out. You know, EVs have actually been destroying it in Europe. When previously thought China was going to take over Europe's EVs, but here recently a lot of news and actual facts have been coming out that Tesla is dominating Europe. It's funny though because it's coming from the China Tesla factory though, so you have a lot of amazing things coming out of that factory, not just for China but also for Europe. So that's pretty crazy. What else? They're doing pretty good in China, even with them lowering prices though. You have NIO, BYD, you have a couple companies still battling out to be relevant in that country, which there are still a couple relevant ones. It's not as big as a competition here, in my opinion. But yeah, no, Tesla's on fire, to be honest, all around the board. If they could come out with like a stupid cheap EV though, I genuinely think that would wipe a lot of people off the board, because then it would show people Tesla's not just trying to take over one part of the market. They are trying to take over multiple parts of the market, which again, that's why we see the truck coming out. You see future cars coming out. You can see in the future they'll be licensing out battery tech, the charging stations tech, you know, everything really. So they're gonna be hooking up other companies while also making a bunch of money on their own. So honestly, Tesla's a beast of a future company. I can't wait to see what they have in store. And you can see I said all of that without saying Elon one time. So there you go. The power of Elon is there as well. Good morning, Sylvia. Always happy to see your name pop up. I'm just letting everyone know that I'm going to be giving away YouTube memberships. These are the ones that I owe y'all from Friday. I hope y'all enjoyed last week. We had 4 streams last week. I canceled Friday. Hopefully we can try to do 5 streams this week. I also have a surprise for you guys in terms of streaming. So I can't wait to show y'all some of that. Where is this going? Oh, here it is. What's up, peoples? How you doing, man? All right, well, my laptop's ready. It's just waiting on the market to open now. Whoa, what was that? Oh. My water. So do we have any questions about SPY, bigger or smaller time frame, any of the individual charts or the sectors? Again, we already kind of went over them, so if you want to go back, you can catch it the first time I covered it. You can ask me again. We'll go over it again. It's whatever you want. But essentially, we're looking over 440.250 towards 445, 446 if that can break. If we see a hold of 440.70 to about 441.70, then it'll also look good for bulls. If we see a breakdown of that area, not looking good. If we see a breakdown of 440, that is not looking good. Bears can take further control because that'll eliminate all of pre-market. That'll eliminate previous day close, eliminates a bigger time frame level, and where we went up and rejected before holding over last week. So a pretty significant area. Pretty much at 440 breaks, pullback may be coming, higher probability of that. 440.250 breaks, possibility of a breakout incoming. Now, I would like to add, though, we are at resistance on bigger time frames, but we did just jump after retaking support, and this is a higher low. So this could be the continuation of this higher low. So essentially, as long as you're holding the lows of previous day, we're looking good based on just control. What's up, another ninja? No problem, Green. Glad to have you here. Good morning to all. Let's have a great week, team. What's up, David? You as well. What's up, Signal Trader? Good morning. Let's try to have a good attitude this week. I saw a few of you guys a little depressing on Twitter, a little depressing in the Discord. It's okay. But let's try to use the levels. Again, I still see some of you guys kind of stepping outside of the realm, and then you come back in here asking for help. I can't really help you if you're not using the same system as us. So try to go back to workshop number 11. Try to focus on the simple stuff. But you guys aren't dumb. It's not a question of IQ. It's not a question of intuition either. A lot of you guys have really good intuition of what's possibly going to happen. It's not about guessing either. But a lot of you guys have really good intuition. But make sure you guys are focused. Hope everyone had a great weekend. You too as well, Signal Trader. I hope you had a great weekend. I'm just happy Peoples is back. Man, not me. I was kind of happy he was gone. And then you go to our DMs and it's me like, yo, Peoples, I'm so glad you're back. Good morning to everyone, though. Glad you guys are all here. About a little over 20 minutes for the open. We're giving away, I think we're giving away 10 memberships today. I was supposed to give away 5, and then I had to double it because I canceled. Discipline and boredom are our enemies. You are not wrong. Boredom is my biggest enemy. Which also kind of connects to discipline, in a way. You know, because it kind of connects to, you know, if you can't sit here and not trade, that's your problem. What can eliminate problems? Discipline. How can we build discipline? Time and routine. Process over time. This is what creates discipline. This is what eliminates those bad habits. By creating good ones. By developing them. By doing them over and over and over and over and over again. It's the only way. Hit that like button, though. Good morning, gang. Hope everyone had a great weekend. You too, Zaytoven. Whether it was uneventful or not, I hope you guys had a relaxing weekend. Yo, what's up, Daffy? Good morning, man. next year. Oh, never mind. They're talking about supercomputers. I don't care about that. Zillow is a full-blown housing market bull predicting that U.S. home prices will jump 6.5% by July 2024. That is scary. I'm gonna post that in off topic. I think that's kind of an interesting take on the housing market because it's not far off. It's probably going to be happening very soon. Can someone share the stream link again in TradeFloor on Discord? I'm gonna pull the news over here. You guys don't need to stare at that if I accidentally click it. Dropped my daughter at school. Now I'm all yours. Hey, what's up, man? What up, BB gang? What up, Jack? Your best indicator is gone. Oh, your daughter. I was like sitting here thinking, like, what is he talking about? I was like, Daffy doesn't use indicators. Me remembering your daughter is the single catalyst that could rally any market, bring any recession. That's funny. Yo, she was on it that one day though. I think I remember you were like, we were like, what does your daughter say is going to happen on the market today? And I think you were like, it's either going to die or it's going to fly or something. I forgot what it was, like a single word response or something though. And then that day it went that exact direction pretty aggressively. Good morning, E. How you doing, man? Or non-man. Let me not just start assuming. She said up. That's right. That's what it was. Up. That's funny. Thank you, Green. Doing good, man. How about you? Pretty good. Thank you for asking. Just chilling. I woke up super tired, but then for some reason, some random part of my brain was like, start the stream earlier than usual. You can do it. But now I feel great. I was like, these people will wake me up. That's what I'll do. I'll just rely on you all. They'll wake me up. I like that SPY broke the 1 hour resistance pre-market. Now let's see for continuation or retest. Good looks, good looks. Yeah, smaller time frames broke out. Bigger time frames were coming off of a potential higher low at resistance right now. If we can get past this, definitely can be looking good for the rest of the week. We do have a lot more news though coming out in the second half of the week than the first week, guys. So I don't know if I would trust the price action the first, day or two, of this week. As much as I would the following few days to end this week. Just because there's no news. And we haven't really changed out of that no news market yet. I will definitely be the first to tell you when we are not in a news-driven market. And not really terms in like everything that comes out. When I say that, guys, I don't mean like every, because I've seen some confusion in chat. But not every time I say we're in a news-driven market do I mean every piece of news that comes out is going to move the market. No, what I really mean is moving the market is like your PCE reports, your CPI reports, your Fed statements, you know, these things that revolve around inflation. The big topic right now isn't really inflation, it's about the entrenchment of inflation, and this is inflation not going away for a very long time, sometimes even staying, entrenchment meaning staying over time, and then us getting used to it, which has happened many times before. If you guys remember, if you go to Google, type in what was the dollar worth this many years ago, and you'll see it's a different value. That's exactly what I'm getting onto right now. So it's an evolving process. So when I say news-driven market, I don't mean every piece of news that comes out, guys. Not every week do I mean every news that comes out is going to be important, but you have to be safe around that news is really more what I'm saying. I don't really care what news or even what side of that news is coming out, bullish or bearish. It doesn't really affect me. What I'm more worried about is short-term direction, and that's what the news-driven market is. It's short-term direction leading into a long-term outlook. You know, but they don't have a long-term outlook. Nobody can tell you in this month in 2024 where the market's numbers will be. And I don't mean the prices. I mean earnings. I mean revenue. I mean anything and everything. Nothing is expected a year out from now by some of your biggest companies, by the Federal Reserve themselves on inflation, and many other big CEOs. Nobody has an outlook for longer than a year or so. This is a news-driven market. That's exactly what this is. But that's what I mean by that. I don't mean, you know, every piece of news that hits is going to be, you know, crucial or it's going to make or break the market. But yeah. So I just want to let y'all know that, because I did see some people, you know, say, oh, we are in a news-driven market. Be careful of this, or no, we aren't. You know, we definitely are. And anybody tells you that has not been paying attention. But that doesn't mean you can't have big rallies or big pullbacks. You can definitely still have amazing size moves in a news-driven market. But yeah, I just want to get that out there because I still saw some confusion, but there is definitely an unbiased outlook on a lot of this. You just got to look at it that way. You can't look at this chart and be like, I'm just bullish or I'm just bearish. You can definitely be just bullish or bearish and still have a non-biased view. That's a completely great thing to have. It's advantageous to have, because now you're not just looking for just upside or just downside. You're able to pivot. You need to be pivotal in any kind of market, not just a news-driven market. Good morning, D-Touch. Glad to have you. The dollar lost 35% of its value from 3 years ago. There you go. That's depressing. Which is sad, because it's one of the strongest currencies. It is the strongest currency. Good morning, everybody, though. Be sure to drop a like on the stream. If you guys are just now tuning in, we did cover SPY on the bigger and the smaller time frames. Covered them here on our little list. We went through pretty much every single chart here in front of you, sectors and individual equities. So if you want to go back, you can. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Good morning, Chef. What's up, Charlie? Just for a quick sneak peek into the Discord server, weekly watch list came out the other day. Be sure to check that out. Weekly scenarios came out the other day. Be sure to check that out. This is a video I do every week. Daily updates. Also release some information, so you can check all that out. Reason over risk. This is me, Daffy Leland. We cover winners, losers, and really just a lot of good information in here. It's not just about plays. We post everything in there, though. And then, of course, Trade Floor. Everybody's hyped up, ready to go, letting everybody know everything was posted. Member trade ideas, results, and review. These will be posted in afterwards. Polls. Doing pretty good on the polls so far. Some days we get like 30 votes. Some days we get like 80. It's weird. Everyone just posting there randomly. Of course, the meme section can't always just be serious. It's definitely nice to have a laugh every now and then. seeing if I missed anything, but clearly not. Good morning to Daffy's daughter. She's at school now. Good morning, Tops. Always glad to see your name pop up, man. You've been in here for the past couple weeks. You've been very active, engaging, so always glad to see you, man. Get another quick look at some of our charts that we looked at this morning. You can see some of them have moved a little bit higher. Actually, most of them have. I think I'm going to leave this chart on like the 15 minute. And then I'm going to go to that multi-view chart. Charts are all whopped out because they're trying to fit the high and the low into the chart. So of course they jam pack it to where most of the charts at the top of your screen. But you can fix that, but I just like to manually fix it myself. Yeah, DG's looking good, Daffy. Honestly, out of all the ones you posted, that was probably my favorite one. But that might be a biased opinion from me. I'll be honest. I'm just a Dollar General bull. Like some of my favorite companies right now, like at good value prices, even if the market does pull back, I still think these are good prices to at least dollar cost at. But like PayPal, Dollar General, I mean, those are two of the main ones that I like right now. But even Neo, you know, there's a few, but those especially. Palantir, maybe. I personally don't like it at these prices, but it is a good stock to look at. But PayPal, Dollar General, what was the other one? Neo. Those are the three I think that I'm most bullish on. Even if a bigger pullback does happen in the market, I would say those are three good ones I personally like for dollar cost averaging right now. Call me crazy. But we were in here talking about Palantir well before it had rallied. You know, we'd done this with multiple stocks, but we've been wrong before also. You know, we talked about many tickers that have gone the wrong way. So I'm not going to sit here and be like I'm some saint and I just call out bangers. No, I definitely don't. ET, that's a good old one we called out from back in the day. That was from one of my friends. It's probably the most diverse energy stock in the entire market. ET. That one's just not at a good risk reward price, but overall it's a great company. Good morning, good morning. Market opens in about 6.5 minutes. At the market open, I will be giving away, I think we're giving away 10 memberships. I would like to give away one course, but at the same time, I'm like, Like, I've had many people say, you know what, the course is already cheap enough. You know, we shouldn't be giving that away. And they're right, honestly. I need to quit giving those away. I give them away like candy. So, I'm not doing any free courses. But I am going to be giving those 10 memberships at the open. So, if you guys do not have a colored name, and you're on YouTube right now, a colored name, like your name isn't green right now, you are not a YouTube member. So, hopefully you are one of the winners coming up. But that doesn't mean only white names can win. If you are a green name, you still have a chance of winning. I had to read YouTube rules because of this. But also, need to make sure you have gifts turned on. I have no idea where you turn this on at. Apparently, it's like a really big Android thing. But apparently, if you do have an Apple phone, there's a setting somewhere where the gifts need to be turned on. I have no clue where. Somewhere on Google or YouTube. It's one of the two. It's in your settings? Okay. Good morning, Deuce. Sand dollar's back inside. Green is good. Yes. If you watched my weekly scenarios video yesterday, guys, you will understand what I personally believe will be happening this week, as well as the next couple weeks out. I do this every week in my weekly scenarios, so be sure to check those out when you have time. I try to also give a non-biased view of the market, though, where I cover both upside, downside, and range trading, because, again, there isn't just up or down. There's also range trading, sideways movement, so it's good to know what ranges can you possibly keep in mind. We go over all of that in those videos, so be sure to take time to go view that if you have access to it. If you're one of the winners here at Market Open, you will receive access to the 15 of those weekly scenarios, which you don't really need to go back and watch all of them, but I would at least go watch the most recent one. Honestly, Sand Dollar, I would, but market's about to open, so maybe here in a little bit. If you remind me, we'll look at Chewy again. But I remember, didn't you bring it up last week? I think somebody else did too. So we'll look at it again. I think I should already have it charted. If not, then we'll rechart it again just to get back on the same page. But yes, we will go over it. Checking color. Fair, fair. Yeah, you don't have one. So hopefully you win one. Yeah, guys, market opens here in about 3.5 minutes. I'm going to go grab another water. This one's pretty much empty. And then we'll go ahead and start this. But be sure to drop a like on the stream, share the stream around, and I hope you guys are enjoying some of the info if you already went back and reviewed it. All right, market's about to open. I'm gonna fix this candle. I'm gonna just make it go to 440. Ah, so much cleaner. All right, guys, I'm about to get the memberships pulled up. Show support for Bueller Trading. Yes, that's me. Whoa, the Yes account has a free membership milestone. Let's see how many months. 5 months. Sick. Yo, good job, other Bueller. Alright, now we'll gift him. Market's open, by the way. I'm gifting memberships right now, so give me a second. 10. Be sure to drop a like on the stream, guys. Get it blowing up before. Give it a second. This is going to take a minute. Laptop is kind of hot dog water. There we go. Gifted 10 memberships. Sanddollar got one. Tobias got one. Devin got one. SF got one. Yo, Shanmuga got one. Let's go, Shanmuga. Let's go. Gary got one. Tally got one. Ace got one. David got one. Afghani Mafia got one. Yo, one of the people that had a non-colored name got one. I'm so hyped. YouTube actually cares. Congratulations to the 10 people who won. I'm going to go type it out on Twitter real quick. Yeah, correct. Congrats to all who won. Sorry, I'm like trying to make sure everybody saw. But good stuff, guys. Damn, I wish Sylvia or Tops got one. But hey, Shanmuga got one. Shanmuga. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. But you got one, man. I'm at checking color again. There's 2 messages in chat. Checking color again. Appreciate the membership. Yes. Yeah, shout out to you. Yes. You're a really good guy, man. Thank you for that. $50. So guys, if you did just get it, please do not. By the way, Spy's trying to break 442.50. Keep that in mind. Go watch your weights real quick. You have Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, Tesla, Meta, Google, Netflix, all on the move. So keep those in mind. But real quick, go to the YouTube channel. If you did just win this, or you already have a green name in the YouTube chat right here, right now, you can type to make sure to see which one you have. There's only one membership. You either do or you don't have it. But make sure to check out the membership tab. If you go to the channel, it's a little confusing sometimes because it's not there at first, but then it is. So make sure you understand that. But click that. Then you can scroll through and you can go through all of this. There's also an extra Discord in there. I don't really type in there. I'll send links out, information. But there's over 65 videos. There's a ton of stuff in there. There's the extra Discord server to give you extra information. And that was really just kind of add extra value into it because it is only $5 a month. But it was just to really give people even more than what they asked for, just to give them everything. So I really do hope you guys take advantage of all the information from that. I know it's a lot to take in at first, but I'm always around to ask questions. So if you have anything, please hit me up. But yeah, back to the market. We have SPY breaking out to the upside as anticipated if you checked out the weekly scenarios video. We have Apple moving higher. You have AMD moving higher. You have Microsoft moving higher. Nvidia is hammering. I'm not going to say moving higher. They just died and then caught support at pre-market low, wicked back up. So we'll see if that continues or not. Same thing happened for Amazon. Same thing. Oh, I say that. Tesla is pulling down. We'll see if that holds. Google moving higher. Meta trying to hold higher. We'll see if that very important blue area holds or not. And Netflix also hammering. So we got a couple sectors moving up, couple kind of moving down. Nothing really moving in a single direction yet. Again, we're only 4 minutes into the market, so Let's not get ahead of ourselves here, but looks like every sector is moving up, so we have a combined effort, which is a healthy push. So we'll see if the healthy push continues. We'll go to our flexible grid chart. We got the 1 minute up top left. We got the 5 minute right here in the middle, kind of got as the fattest chart. And then here in the bottom left, we have the 15 minute. For you people who like looking at that one. New high of day, 443. You can call me anything, bud. What's up, King Carnage? Mark Milley saying, congrats, winners. That's a gold star saying that, guys. That's pretty big. Sitting on my hands, runner on 720% pump. Good job, Tobias. You are crazy. Devin with the constant reminder. I love stocks. Sold it for almost 1500%. You're nasty. Will you link me this playlist, please? The background music? Yeah, no problem. Let's see. Share, copy link to playlist. It's called Lo-Fi No Copyright Streamers parentheses 2. There's the link to it. If it doesn't send there, because for some reason it'll show me that I sent a link, I'll send it in off-topic chat in the Bueller Buys Discord as well. So for some reason I'll link it, and then sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. Charlie said watching 443.50 SPY and AOI, which stands for Area of Interest of the 445 area. 23% on the small pump. Good stuff, Charlie. Very early in the day. Good, nice, quick scalp. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. We'll go to this chart to do that. All right, so sectors. Tech sector, heaviest sector of the S&P by far. They are over previous day high. If they do break previous day high, look for them to pull back down to this level here at 169, possibly even their previous day close at 168.70. So we'll see if either of these levels hold if the pullback happens. Now, if they break this level here, the previous day close, that's when you'll really start to see potential sellers pick back up. Retest moves from underneath can definitely be very powerful for more sellers to pick back up. But as long as we hold over these areas, we could definitely get some good reverses. So just keep that in mind. Healthcare, in the same exact position as tech sector. This is the second largest sector. They are over previous day high. The pullback under, right there, previous day close. Banks, same exact position, 34.12. Discretionary, same exact position. See, we have a trend here. Everything's doing the same thing. So it's good to know that. Some days it's not going to be like that. Some days you're going to have everything is up doing this, and then you go to healthcare or banks, and those are going to be down through the previous day close, headed towards previous day lows. You know, so it's just good to understand that. Also, you could see sectors like tech cool off, discretionary cooling off, comms cooling off, while healthcare and banks are pumping or trying to hold higher, and that could keep SPY the same amount of green, which might throw you off if you're only looking at SPY. So this is why it's very important. Again, if you guys remember the little scale I drew with you guys, where you kind of draw this in your head, and you know, if you're like looking at these and you know XLK has good momentum and it's up, and you have XLV here, XLF, XLC, XLY, you know, and then you see these all pick up, and then but you see tech pull back down, and then SPY's not really doing anything. That's because the balance is like perfect. You know, a couple of them started warming back up while the heaviest one cooled back off. So to counterbalance that, you know, you saw some of those pick back up. But just kind of drawing that in your head can kind of help you out a little bit with how the sectors are keeping SPY green or red at that current moment, of course. It's almost like a real-time, it's probably the fastest time real-time indicator you'll ever have of how to know if SPY is moving up or down or not. It's just good to know what your, at least major sectors are doing. Of course, there's more sectors to this. If you go to your Analyze tab, you have 11 sectors, 12 if you count uncategorized. But again, you have 11 main sectors. I only count the main 5 when I go over them in stream because this accounts for almost 75% of SPY. So I'm not really worried about the other 25% as much. But just to, again, reiterate that there are other sectors. These are not the only sectors of SPY. But that little chart I drew, though, if you think about that, if you go follow all 11, then you really could get a good view of it. But again, something to just keep in mind for the future if you guys want to try to focus on that more. Good job, Florida Trader. Good job, man. All credit to you. Good work. They said they got SPY 443 calls at the open for a nice scalp of 125 bucks. Good job. Right here at the open, though, so far, guys, I'm going to go back to the flexible grid chart. We have a good push. Basically, we've already had a breakout of pre-market. It's just a continuation of that push. They hit 443.20s. They've now pulled back for a short-term pullback, and now they're trying to hold 442.50. So we'll see if they can hold this. This would be a really good short-term hold. If they do get a bit better pullback, we'll see if they can hold today's open. If they want to break all of that, then we'll be getting a test of our blue area below. But good continuation from the open from bulls. We'll see if the trend continues off of just one short-term retest, but we'll most likely see some basing first. And there's over 80 people in here. That's what's up, honestly. Really glad to have all of you guys in here. Thank you, guys. If you guys have anything on watch, feel free to let me know in the live chat. I'd love to see what tickers everybody has on watch personally. You know, maybe not all of us are watching SPY weights, which is totally fine. If you guys had anything happen over the weekend, let me know if you guys had anything crazy. Apple sold off $1 already. That's a good update. There you go. And that's the largest weight in the market. And you're going to definitely see that on SPY. Now, this is where you want to start to see. Does that counterbalance start to set in here? Do you start to see this lower volume of selling hold on Apple and bounce? Or do you see other weights pick back up and keep SPY green? We'll see. Or do other SPY weights sell? And, of course, we go even more aggressively red. That's also a possibility. But just kind of thinking about different things. AMD getting an aggressive pullback. Microsoft as well. Nvidia. Amazon. Tesla. Google not as much. Meta not as much. Netflix from the 419.85 again. That level is becoming famous. Banks are picking back up still. I mean, banks are still rallying. Energy is rallying. Healthcare is still trying to rally. So, I mean, it's not like everything is selling off. You have tech pulling back aggressively. Discretionary communication services not as aggressively. But you have a couple sectors picking back up. Also, small caps continuing higher. So, we are getting a little bit of a counterbalance stepping in, guys. This is exactly what I was talking about. Yo, shout out to SPY weights. Let's see what you guys are looking at, though. Hey said GM or good morning. Good morning to you, or General Motors is what they were answering. Roblox, BSX. What's up, Max's Plank? And look at that. SPY is actually even moving higher, even with that pullback. Thumbs up, though, if you guys understood what I was breaking down. If you still don't understand, maybe we can talk about it more here in a little bit. But give me some sort of indication that you did understand the sector talk. Again, I'm trying not to be too confusing. It's a little bit weird to explain over and over and over again. But I'm trying to say it a couple different ways to at least hopefully, you know, set off that light bulb in people's head. But the sector rotation stuff, though, short term, mid term, long term, all that stuff is very, very useful. And even if you don't call it sector rotation, it's okay. It's this intraday sector analysis is very important because you at least get a good idea of what's moving us up, what's holding us up, what's holding us down. You know, and if you look now, you would know 2 of your top 5 sectors were pushing down. One of them were kind of pushing down, not as much. That was your comm sector. And then you had 2 completely just pushing up more. You had banks and healthcare step in. This is exactly what I was talking about, the counterbalance. I don't really have a name for it, but I guess we'll just call it the counterbalance. Makes sense to me. Sectors, seasonality, earnings are forces to be reckoned with. 100%. I mean, they're just good, factual parts of the chart, you know? Even if you don't completely understand one of the 3, it's good to know some of them. I don't really pay attention to seasonality, and I don't like to trade earnings, but there is one thing I could say that has been very powerful in being able to read SPY a lot better, the S&P, would be looking at the sectors more, because it also makes you understand what's going on. It's like, oh, okay, there is a day where tech isn't doing anything, but we still pump. You know, that is a thing that can happen. Healthcare could be the single factor, you know, or banks, you know, energy, banks, healthcare. These 3 have been 3 trends of their own across the past couple years. So rotational balance due to money flow. Yeah, because you got to think about how big money thinks. You know, if they just got off of tech rallying, what are they going to go into next? You know, they're not going to just keep buying more tech. Well, some of them might, but the smart ones won't. They scale out. They go into another sector. Then you start to see that sector pick up more. They go back into tech. So over the long term, everything is most likely going up. But again, you're going to have your midterm pullbacks. You're going to have those primary, secondary, tertiary trends pick up. Possible higher low picking up from the breakout of 442.50 on the 1 minute and the 5 minute. 15 minutes still, of course, developing. 5 minute still just kind of a single candle retest. But good short-term higher low. Can't deny that. You have your higher open. You have the hold of the open. So you do have a retest in order. So new highs get made here. You could have a pretty nice rally up to 445. 444.50 is a level I would keep in mind. Try to keep it every dollar out from the 442.50. But then you have 445.11, which is a level on the bigger and smaller time frames in which we have talked about multiple times. So we'll see if this continues or not. But yeah, look at that. Even though tech had that aggressive, you guys saw how many red charts I just pulled up, how many big pullbacks just happened. Yet SPY is going to almost touch high of day. So it just goes to show the counterbalance can definitely have a powerful effect. Will it continue is the question, but they did just bring you to high of day just about. IWM is pumping. Yep. You also had a little bit of movement in energy, healthcare, and banks. I don't know if those are still continuing. I'll go look now. But yes, IWM is pumping though. Healthcare slowed down a little bit off of their new high. Banks just made a new high. And really, it was mainly tech and discretionary. It wasn't even really comms. It was mainly discretionary and tech that were pulling back like that. Good updates though. These are the good updates. Update your sectors, update IWM. Good stuff. That's great info. See if anybody's saying anything in Discord. I almost assure you there's some bulls in trade floor. Base building, but a bullish kicker to start the week. Oh, yep. And there you go. D-Touch posting IWM. 7 minutes after the open. That was 11 minutes ago. Tesla Golden Pocket around 241.20s for lead test. Good call out by Creator Trades. See if anybody's already posted in results and review. Ooh, good job, Rambo. I did see a few of you guys swing from last week, so I figured I'd check the results channel, see if anybody had already been popping off. Good job, Rambo. I know you were bullish going into Friday's close. Chilling time till I see a direction. Good stuff, King Carnage. Definitely nothing wrong with that. 5 minutes still holding a higher low. So is the 1 minute. 15 minute really just developing still. But you have a bit of a squeeze going on. You can't deny there are some converging highs and lows happening from the open. So clearly an indecisive open. If I went to the 30 minute, I almost promise it's a little back and forth. Yep, you have a higher low and a lower high. Converging high and lows right now. Okay, on my you-know-what. Do I even want to know? Yep, tech is taking a hit. Tech is taking a hit. Why can't I speak English? Go to the chart thing, and then we'll go to these single charts. You can see it all. But we talked about the possibility of a pullback if they did not hold previous day high. Just keep in mind that they can still pull back a little bit more. We talked about between 169 and 168.70s being an area where they can reverse from. So give them a little bit of room down to their previous day close. But we'll see if they continue holding that or not. But it looks like they are still pulling back, which is hurting SPY. And it doesn't look like the counterbalance is wanting to hold much longer. Healthcare also pulling back. You have banks slowing down, not wanting to push much more. Discretionary looking more like a bearish reversal with room to their previous day close as well, so keep that in mind. Com still well above their previous day high, as well as their today's open. So keep a lot of these short-term levels in mind for direction. We'll see if tech or if any of these sectors want to end up holding. But we are still getting reversals from good levels on a lot of these charts. Now we'll see if other good levels can hold or not. AMD breaking out into the open with room under 102, which is the pre-market low. They have already broken previous day close. Microsoft breaking pretty important levels from the bigger time frame. Nvidia is already down to their previous day low demand and the bigger time frame 449.30s. That's a pretty nasty drop. That's a pretty big spot tech weight, Nvidia. And AMD is not a big weight, but they are still important. Amazon also pulled back. You saw just like Nvidia. Not the same sector, though. This is discretionary now. Tesla as well. Aggressive pullback. They're even breaking through previous day close after their higher open. Breaking today's open so far on Google without the candle close, of course, on the 5 minute. Meta still has room. Netflix from the 419.85 again. We'll see if SPY holds this. We'll see if tech wants to hold that short-term previous day close to that bigger time frame level we talked about. If not, there is a lot more room to the underside. But they have pulled back. So this is why I always talk about the scenarios, no matter how good they sound. And people will talk shit to me sometimes and say, you know, it's stupid that you're talking about this or that. Whatever. I'm always talking about what's bullish, what's bearish, what's ranging. We talk about every scenario in here because there's no point in just being bearish or bullish. Or feeling like you have to be so hesitant. It's smart to cover every scenario in front of you. We're not guessing. We're not being I mean, I guess you are being a little theoretical, but you're just pointing out what's in front of you. Therefore, if it happens, it's not a slap to the face. Was this expected? Yeah. This was one of the expected scenarios. Are we always just going to rally? No. I mean, sometimes you're going to range it open. There needs to be some consolidation. Sometimes there just needs to be a better retest. Maybe they didn't like this higher low retest. Maybe they wanted more. Fuck the reason why. Just cover what's happening. Cover the facts of the chart. Cover what the sectors are doing. Cover what your levels are doing. Cover facts. Don't go to your emotions. Don't go to the news feed and go, all right, what just came out? Why are we dropping? Why are we moving so much on this 1 or 5 minute chart? Let me go find some news. Don't be that guy. Don't be that trader. By being that trader, you know, in those movies when there's it's like Independence Day, there's always those people in the streets who are like, the world's gonna end, blah blah blah, and then by the end of the movie they end up being the guys who are the geniuses. That's what those people sound like. Don't be that person. Don't be the crazy homeless guy from Independence Day. Still holding the open on the 5 minute. With that amazing retest. We'll see if that ends up holding or not. 1 minute trying to retake. You can see The 15 minutes very indecisive. Like I said, that and the 30 minute are probably just bouncing around right now. Yeah, you have a doji on the 30 minute. That's an insanely hard chart to look at. Jacko said SPY currently sitting above Tuesday's pre-market high. Exactly, Evis. Any idiot can tweet. 30-minute indecisive on SPY. Good call out by Mike. My bad, man. I skipped over that. Mike said Nvidia's at 450. Good call outs. Good call outs. Good job, Mel. Not being greedy. He took his pullback gains. Good stuff, man. 33% is, again, Mel, you got to remember, and anybody in here, not just Mel, when you guys post these like 15%, 20%, 35%, 30% gains, you know, these aren't small gains. I hope you guys realize that. When you make like a 30% gain, think about it like this. 25%, that's a quarter of what you invested, you know. So if you invested $100, yeah, that's only $25 back, you know. But don't think about the equity amount of it. That's right now while you're trying to grow, you know. Down the road, let's say you use more. It's all math, it's all numbers, you know. It's all relative. But 33% is a large, massive gain. Do not let anybody tell you otherwise. 25% is massive. 33% massive, because that's essentially a quarter to a third of what you invested into the initial position. That's an amazing investment. That's an amazing return on your investment. Ow! You didn't just hear me kick something. But yeah. Let's see what they're saying in chat. Oh, a bunch of good charts on Trade Floor. Damn, Tobias, you weren't kidding. I just saw that. 0.04 to 58, dude. What? What is into you? Dude, good stuff, though, man. I'm super hyped for you. That's amazing. Good post by Creator Trades on the trade floor as well. Very clean supply. See if it holds or not. Jacko also just covering trends. Love it. I love seeing you guys just post like weights or going over a higher low or a lower high, or, you know, just the lows and highs. That's trend navigation. That is how you're supposed to look at the market. Good job, Charlie. 28% on SPY. Good job, Hayes. 42% on SPX. Good job, Mel. 33% on SPX. Good job, Daffy. Good job, Rambo. We already said that one though, but again, doesn't hurt. And SPY trying to hold another higher low on the 1 minute. We still don't have new highs, so that's still kind of on our mind right now. 5 minute shaping up a little bit better. We'll see if that continues to hold. Same for the 15 minute. But again, we need a little bit more time. But I do like the potential hold of this. They're giving them a little bit more consolidation here. Again, risk is basically the blue area. Good job, Noxta. One of the people from last week with Rambo who were bullish going into the close. I think I saw a few people say they were lottos, but in my personal opinion, I thought what y'all were entering was decent risk reward, just because it was at least at a higher low. So it wasn't like you were just entering a random part of the chart. It was good positioning. Well, there you go, Evis and Dan. My bad, I was just coming back to YouTube chat. That is a very good way of thinking about it, too. But I had to put it in perspective, because I'll have people come to me and they're like, how do you make bigger gains? I'm like, well, and I'll go back to, I'll just instantly go to chat and I'll type in their name in the search bar. I'm like, all right, what have these people been posting? Let me go see. Who am I dealing with? And then I'll look and I'll see gains of like 15, 20% here and there. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean bigger gains? Like, if you're at your beginning part of your process right now, you know, you don't need to be making bigger gains. Right now, you just should be focused on keep collecting those same winners you keep getting. You know, if you can keep doing that over and over and over again, over time, you'll grow not just your account, of course, but most importantly, yourself. You know, you'll grow your mindset, the things you're looking for. You won't just be buying every breakout, every retest. You'll be just buying the entries you've been practicing, what you've been going over, not just touching every single candle that moves. So, you know, don't think about big gains in the beginning. In the beginning, you got to remember, you got to focus on quality trades, quality entry, quality exit, quality reasoning. You know, being able to break down why did you do something. Because a lot of the time you ask somebody, why did you enter here? And they're like, I'm bullish. Or they give you some stupid shorthand reason. It's like, okay, yeah, I get that. But why did you like it, though? And they can't give you a real reason. They just know it off intuition. You need to be able to say this stuff. You need to be able to reiterate it, you know, break it down. Because that is a true understanding of something. Being able to break it down in its most simple form, being able to say it over and over again in different variations. You know, you should be able to break down what you did. But yeah. Like Ace is saying here too, compound those gains. You know, if you're someone who is really good at getting 15 to 20% trades here and there every other day, that's an insane skill. It's an insane talent. You know, you can keep those gains over time while learning more. You know, and let's say you just turn it to a numbers game, increase your contract amount, or over time you just keep doing that same contract amount, you know, and then you aim for further targets like the staircase method. You know, it's either use more, be more aggressive, or over time use the same amount and try to stretch it out. You know, there's really only two routes. Still squeezing. We are still getting converging highs and lows, guys. There's nothing new here. I will say this, though. Tech is at that previous day area that we talked about. Healthcare is slowing down. We saw banks slow down, but they're still at their high of day. And comms are also in that same seat where they have slowed down, but they're still at their high of day. So this is making a very awkward spot for SPY, but they're still holding really good levels. So I would say risk reward is still there for bulls more so than bears until you see a better sign of rejection. Imagine 33% 3 times on the day. Yeah, that'd be insane. But that's why the staircase method is a thing, though. It's to show people, you know, don't think about the money. But be sure to drop a like on the stream, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed some of the rants. Sorry if you haven't. But a lot of good updates here on the market weights, SPY. We're just kind of waiting to see new information, really. Another lower high. See if a higher low steps in, or they're going to break for a new low of day. Oh, chew on. Yo, good reminder. Good reminder. I don't know if you meant to do that or not, but if you did, if you meant to plant that little psychological seed into me there, Sand Dollar, you did it. So let's see what shoot. I guess I didn't chart it. Okay. Yeah, I just have daily levels here. Okay. I don't know why I said that. I thought I could have swore we charted this together, but I guess not. All right, let's go back. All right, so instantly I see the low of the chart. I just want to draw that. And then where did we reverse from? Pretty much right here, but I'm going to just go ahead and include the low of that demand. So this would technically be the demand of this chart on the monthly, which I never do this. You always see me do this on the weekly, but I'm just going to do it here because we already kind of have it set. And so I can cheat and start grabbing emerging candles. Not traditional, but still effective. You don't have to go all the way up there. I'm just a nerd. And then maybe we should go to the weekly. Let's see. Now we'll draw the actual zone, but the way I do the levels, though, I'm going to leave the way. So this is pretty much your demand. Take it to 2025. The short-term one here. I don't really draw them like that, but for this instance, I am going to. Definitely have one there. Higher, low, higher, low, higher, low. Three-year. Alright. Alright, so at least they're approaching a good level where they had a gap, a good higher low hold from there. So let's focus on what happened over here the first time they were here. They had a little inverse head and shoulder, it looked like, but let's see what actually happened. So, oops, there we go. Why does it keep doing that? There we go. So they had their low, they made a new low, higher low, and they had that gap, bullish kicker, and then basically from that bullish kicker, the low of that, so 2650, that is where bulls need to hold, take support. They can try to hold here and get some basing, but I really wouldn't look for good moves until they're over 2650. Just based off the first time they got here and held this old supply, turned demand. This is very good demand, by the way. Now let's see what they're doing. They've made it down here. They've rejected. They've moved lower. They've made it to 25. They're under 2650. So I guess really just wait till earnings, see what you can wait till after that. From a bigger time frame perspective, I would wait to see, can they hold over 2650? It looks like the first time they were here, they did hold it. Does that happen this time, though? We'll see. But it looks like that's point of control, though. 2650. They do have room to dip more and then try to base out like we saw the first time. They kind of just dipped here, made a new low, then dipped, made a higher low, then they build back up. So maybe you get like a fake low, then a new low, then a higher low from there. And then that's when you should look for your buys. But yeah. I guess what you're waiting for is a bigger time frame base build. I'll buy the dip setup. But yeah, let me know if that kind of aligns with something you were looking at. If you had a different perspective on it, maybe. Let me know. Again, I am not looking to be the guy who says, I'm right, I'm right. Be sure to drop a like on the stream, guys. I see we almost have 100 people in here. You guys are amazing. I think this is the best, or the most people we've had in here in a couple weeks now. I kind of let the streams die out a little bit when I was letting my break go long, but most people in here for a while. I'm not going to lie. This is nice. Glad to have you all here. Charlie said text going down a little. It's basing right now. Good call out. Good call out. Mel's sitting on his money. That's a good sign for a lot of us. Good call outs, Mel. I like your updates. I like your tone too, man. You're not looking to be super aggressive. You're just looking to enjoy yourself and take trades you practice. I like that. I've already aggressive entry set up a starter for 8-8 calls in the dip this morning. I'm seeing the same work. Okay, cool. So you see it. It's just developing, but definitely at a better part of the chart where you should be building a long position over a short position until proven otherwise. In a weird way, you have your smaller time frames doing that right now. Very indecisive 15 and 30-minute chart. I can tell you that without even looking at the 30-minute. The 1 and the 5-minute both holding the potential higher low over the today's open, but we've already seen one of these, so we'll see if this one holds. A lot of consolidation here on the 1 minute, a lot of consolidation here on the 5-minute from the open. So giving fuel to the fire of whoever has control here. If bulls do break out and have a new high, this gives them fuel to make it to 445. If we end up breaking under today's low, this gives them fuel to go test 440.70, possibly break that, and go test the 439s. This gives them fuel to go to either of these levels, 445, 439, we'll see. So just remember that, guys. Even if you're not bullish or bearish here, you have to develop the information of, hey, they have at least given the chart energy to go to one of these farther out targets on the smaller time frames. have not posted one screenshot in Discord. Oh, never mind. Jack already kind of beat me. Oh, you're on John Deere. Okay. I was like, damn. I don't want to repost. You guys got it, though. Oh, wow, Jack. That one faked me out for a second. I had to read it like 3 times. The one L was throwing me off. I hate to say it, but that guy actually did a pretty good job. We are now just 2 weeks away from Apple unveiling its new flagship iPhone 15 lineup. Mark your calendars, 2 weeks away. Honestly, guys, I love this basing above the previous day supply because this is trying to hold as demand now on the 1 and the 5 minute and the 15 minute. So your previous day highs could be actually as support. Now, this is looking really good for them. I like this higher low. I like the basing. I would definitely say risk reward short term is on the bulls. If you end up breaking today's open, that could definitely be a cause for concern. You haven't had a single candle close under today's open on the 5 minutes, so that's another good sign. But if that does break, that could be your first starter sign for a potential pullback. So keep that in mind. But good basing here above previous day highs. You can't deny that. So see if this is going to be a good base and a breakout, or they're going to fake it out, pull it back. Let's go through some of our weights. Tech still trying to hold. Everything really just cooled off. I wouldn't say anything reversed aggressively, besides, of course, tech, your discretionary chart, but everything else just kind of cooled off. It was really just tech and tech discretionary that pulled back aggressively. Apple's still pulling back. AMD trying to hold a higher low. Microsoft not looking too good, but they're also still holding 323. Nvidia went all the way down to previous day lows. It even touched our extra level underneath. Amazon retesting away to the downside. Same for Tesla. Discretionary is getting hit today. Still green on the day, though. Just going through weights, really. Pretty good updates by the trade floor and Discord. To see a couple people talking about base building. Everyone's kind of seeing the same thing. That's good. Whoa, messages everywhere. Sorry, guys. I missed a bunch. Good updates. Good updates. See if there's any crazy ones. Oh, yeah. We'll look at it here in a second, peoples. Viva said NASDAQ 100 also holding previous day supply. Good call out. Today's open is crucial. Good update. I agree. Why is my 15-minute chart so janky? There we go. Love the sideways action before a break. Same, honestly. I actually kind of am glad it did this. I would have been a little annoyed if it just rallied or died right at the open today. But good consolidation. This actually gives a lot of people good higher low chances. And we know the clear levels for a pullback. That's always nice to know too. Just having a picture of either direction. Having a plan for either direction. What's up, David? He said, thank you so much for the membership. Were you one of them? Nice. Good stuff, man. I entered a call at market open on the first 5-minute candle. Bounce over your 442.50, 442.68 area, and then exited on the next candle at 443.20 for a 15% scalp. Man, that is huge, David. Good stuff, man. Very aggressive, but I love that you weren't greedy. Great work, man. And he said 443.20. If you guys look, that's basically the high of day. Good job, David. You literally sold the top. So far. Still getting a little bit of a slowdown. Looking to see if today's open remains holding on the 5, the 1, and the 15-minute. Ace said, I was happy about my 5% scalp. Hey, there you go. That's a good mindset, though. It's a good mindset to be happy to collect your winners and move on. Because it's about the quality of trade. Did you like your entry? Did you like your exit? That's really what you need to be focused on, not, how much did you make? Of course, though, the result of good trades are good profits, so gonna be forced to deal with it. Weak looking, Mel said. Charlie said, choppy right now, sitting cash. Like I said, you might have lower volume today, maybe even tomorrow, with a lot of your bigger news coming out in the second half of your week. You can see on the bottom right of my screen, we have actually used 13%, that little number right here. So what this is your last 30 days of volume, averaged up, of course. And then this is your today's volume, and then this is the percentage of that average volume. So we've used 13% of 74.3, which is about the last 30 days. So we're just trying to see are we average or not. Good morning, Don Dude. What's up, man? I love my 5% losses even more because it means I am trading with more discipline and less emotion. That's a great feeling too, because not just the reasoning behind that too, but man, being able to lose 5% and say that was a good loss is a great thing, because then moving from that, you're like, wow, I'm not having to get back these 50% losses, because you're not dealing with 50% losses right now. You'll be dealing with smaller losses. Losses that make sense to you, rather than a loss that hurts and it doesn't make sense to you. It's like 2 negatives in one. It sucks. But great mindset by Ace, though. I love it. She will drop. King AO, do you be on here every day? Not every day. I was taking a little bit of a break, but we did this for almost a year straight, so we're coming back to it. I was basically on like a 2-week break. But yeah, we were pretty much here all last week. The only day I took off was Friday. But yeah, we'll be pretty much hitting it hard from here on out. We'll be back on it. To anybody who might have tuned in late, be sure to... Well, I guess you won't know until you go back. You have to go back to the stream, I guess. But I could read out the names later. But if you did win one of the memberships at Market Open today, we gave 10 away today. I owed y'all from last week. Go to the membership tab. You do have over 65 videos in here to go through. There's also an extra Discord, which is not active, but it has a lot of extra information. It's really just to add value to that membership, giving good information that we do cover. So if you do want to get into that, there you go. It is only $5 a month, so it's not really like a huge investment. But definitely check it out if you are interested. Definitely glad to add more to that as well. I have a couple ideas coming out soon. And we never really talk about things we don't talk about, if that makes sense. Like I wouldn't cover. I'm not gonna sit here and cover MACD or histograms and stuff like that. I don't go over that stuff because I don't trade that way. So we're not gonna cover that. You know, we pretty much only post content we actually use. We have live videos of trades. We have reviews of trades. We have, you know, theoretical breakdowns of a trade that wasn't actually taken but just reviewed. We have everything. It's not like we just cover one or the other. Wins, losses, doesn't matter. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed a lot of that content. Be sure to go through that when you have time. I don't like to take the other side of Mel. Even Tobias knows the power of Mel. Tobias just made almost 1,500%, and he still takes Mel as a variable. There you go, Mel. If that's not respect, Mel, I don't know what is. You guys crack me up, man. Thank you. I'm excited for what is coming. Yeah, here we go. Here we go to see if we get a breakout in the next 5 minutes or not. If you look down at the 15-minute chart, too, you'll see there actually is some nice spacing here. So a move in either direction really can finally occur. I'm sure the 30-minute still looks a little wompy, though. There's a lot of indecision here. A leg to the downside, leg to the upside. I like the risk reward for longs, though, a lot more than bears here. Until we see a more confident break of today's open, then that will make, I would say that would make things a little bit more indecisive. But I would still say bulls are definitely in control, considering we have yet to break today's open on the 5-minute even once. I mean, you've broken it, but we have yet to get a close under it. Over 100 viewers. You guys are insane. I did not think we would hit that again. Let's go. You guys are amazing. I don't know who's sharing it around, but I love you. Thank you guys if you are. Like I said, I don't do a bunch of promotion. I pretty much just post on my pages, and that's about it. We don't follow other traders. We don't pay attention to other traders. We just focus on our community. We focus on the people within our community, and that's it. We don't really care about recognition or any of that bullshit. We're focused on growing and making friends along the way. Buyers want to pop to the downside and sellers want to break today's open. Good update by Peoples. What's up, Deuce? No bias, we play the charts exactly. We need a buyer move or we lose confidence, pump it. In my travels, I have lots of follow-ups on wanting the link again to join our community. Sand is my little marketer. I love it. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Sand knows people and places. No bias, but I'm rooting for the Bulls. I like that, Jack. Tech picking up. Good update by Charlie. We'll go through those here in a second. Actually, we'll just do it now. And you guys can see the pullback down to that area that we talked about did happen. This was needed for them to get any kind of slowdown. Really just a needed retest to prove to themselves, hey, yeah, we have power to go back up here. So we'll see if this holds now. It's a good base. But this is the main scenario we covered this morning. Healthcare really helped us out because they really gave us the push that was needed while tech was trying to pull back aggressively. Same for banks. They did good. So if those cooled off, we'll see if they're aggressive or not. Good basing by discretionary. If you remember, tech and discretionary were the two sectors that were aggressively pulling back. But again, like we covered, we're looking to see if they can hold the bigger time frame level in previous day close. They both held that. So we'll see if they can now push off of that and produce new highs. And if that can happen, well then, Lord knows. But good updates, guys. Again, good credit to everybody who's here for the pre-market stream. I started it about an hour before the open. We talked about the possibility of a pullback. Talked about the possibility of a retest. Here we go. See if we can push a new high finally. Right up against that high of day. Alright, sorry guys, machine gun typing, over. Good update by Jack. He just said 443.20 to 442.8, or over the 442.80s area on watch, right here. Bigger time frame. Good stuff, Jack. Love your updates. DoorDash is launching, of course, bro. Oh my, you can't make this shit up. Any company that exists that's in tech has to have AI now. Is launching an AI-powered voice ordering technology that will allow restaurants to increase their sales by answering all of the calls they receive. Are you kidding me? That is actually kind of massive, if that actually works. If that works, I like that idea. That's pretty crazy, though. Again, the iPhone event 2 weeks from now, or 2 weeks from, not the event, but from the phones coming out. Yeah, that's all the updates that's new. Alright, let's see what y'all are saying here. Apple and Microsoft picking up steam should really help SPY. Good call out by Jack. Do you know what is crazy? I am trading on levels. I drew up in January. LOL. Still works to the tick. Insane. I love it, Tobias. It's price history, man. Price history is the greatest. Is price going to react the exact same way every time? No. But can we use those levels in the future? Yes, because they have high importance. I like it here, Maya Min. Potential 3-bar play on SPY 5 minute. Could call it by Daffy. Riding the 9 EMA on the SPY 1 minute. Could call it by Charlie. Deuce likes it as well. I like that the 15 minute is starting to shape up a lot more too. It's looking a lot more meatier. Good update by Jack too. You said that, and we have actually gone up almost 0.1% on tech sector since you said that. Oh, there it is, 0.1%, or 0.1%. Good areas too. I think that's what's more important. Even if you don't get a insane move from this. Oh, new hive day. Okay. But either way, even if you don't get like an insane move from this, I would say it's still a good sign that we got good price action at good areas. So it's not like it's just, oh, well, we didn't fly to the moon from it though. Okay, but moving forward, at least we know that that is still a great, very strong, valid area to keep on watch. It's Nuka. Go back in the stream a few minutes if you want to catch up. If you're in puts, you're getting destroyed. Unless you're on the opposite side of puts. You selling puts? Again, y'all asked about reading the list out. The people who won the 10 memberships this morning at Market Open. First one was Sandollar. Then you had Tobias. Devin, or Nerdy Bicep, as you guys know him. Somehow he got it. One of my mods got it. SF Girl, GRRL, was gifted one. Shan Muga was gifted one, which that was one of the white names we were looking to win. Gary Harrod, Tally, Ace, David, Quarles, and Afghani Mafia. Those are the 10 people who won. I tweeted it and it's in the Discord in case you want to find it. But those are the 10 who won. The gods of Google chose them. Briefing.com update. Let's see if anything new is here. Regional banks support Russell 2000. Yeah, we saw that. Financial sector. Yeah, we saw that. Okay, they don't have anything here new for us. We know all this. They're just talking about how other sectors helped hold. Okay. We knew that. See if any news came out. Nothing really big on news today. The only thing is the ECB sees a case for rate hike if no surprises appear, which the ECB is basically the Federal Reserve of Europe. Chevron Australia, LNG workers vote in favor of potential strike action. That doesn't really apply to us. Yeah, so nothing really big today. You could see that if that's the biggest news, it's really not anything. Like I said, a lot of your bigger news comes out second half of the week. What's the next level up, BB? Wait, in terms of what? Like YouTube memberships? My whole port is puts. Jesus, peoples. No problem, SF. Glad you won it. I told you I love the top. Could really perceive that sentence a bunch of ways. Terms of the chart, don't see it. Oh, my bad. My bad. You literally meant what's the next level up. So I have levels up here at like 440, 450, 445. Like this is from smaller and bigger time frame. But this morning I was saying you want to basically go every dollar out from 440, 250 as a target, especially if we get indecisive price action, which we almost have so far, but not really at the same time. I really don't see this as indecisive. Now that we're here. But basically we had a higher open. We've just been holding over previous day highs, previous day supply, possibly turning it to demand here. We got a new high of day, very good sign that we get the retest and the new high, so a lot of room underneath now. So they really don't have to move a lot now. They could really give you an ugly day and it still be short-term bullish. So that's something they could do here and really screw a lot of short-term premium. But every dollar out needs to be a target up till 445. So 443.50 essentially is a target, 444.50, 445.50. For that exact reason, just because we've had this higher open, this hold, so looking just for short-term targets, not looking to call out the moon today. My bad though, I don't know why I didn't have that shown. I think I left the 443.50 off because I'm not trying to like blind everybody, because if you notice, there are actually a lot of levels everywhere, but I've been trying to keep it clean so people are more focused on what's important. Which again today, after the market closes, I'll clean up this area today, which I might leave this, to be honest, because if we don't ever break this today, I might leave it like this, and if we don't ever break this, I might leave that. So we might be looking at the same chart tomorrow if we don't break anything crazy. I am done, sold long for 6 points, could run further, but I am a happy man. Now it's time to get back to working. Good job, Tobias, really good job, seriously. You had a hell of a trading day and you're at work. You're really getting the double overtime, aren't you? Good job, man. Very happy for you. And thank you guys for the insane amount of support today. We've had over 100 people in stream. We've gotten up to 70 likes on the stream. So very, very impressive. We got to gift a bunch of free memberships today. Really good updates. A lot of really good little quick rants today. I started the stream a little earlier. I don't know if you guys prefer that or not. I started it basically at 7:30, almost an hour before the open. I wasn't really talking at the very beginning though. I was just kind of going through my chart, typing things up. So I don't know if you guys mind the silent start into the welcome or not. I don't know if y'all care or not. Moving forward, we don't have to do that or not, but I was just throwing it out there. I'm happy to see more than 100 people, but get those likes to triple. Man, we're good with that. Cheers, Tobias. Have a great rest of your day, man. Nvidia getting a little bit of a reversal, I see. I just noticed they were back to almost green after they almost were down 2%. Get a higher low possibly on Amazon. Tesla. Google, Meta, Netflix. No buyers, yeah. They got up there, but then they stopped. I will say this, though. At least the 15-minute is shaped up a little bit more. And like I said, today could be ugly. But you have to remember, they are holding over previous day highs. We do have direction. Just because it's ugly doesn't mean it doesn't make sense. Tech getting a slowdown after that good bounce. A very needed bounce. Very much needed bounce. Healthcare still holding a higher low. Banks are still hanging out around high of day after that push. Those regional banks weren't joking. Discretionary has a little bit of room below, like we talked about on tech as well. So we'll see if that and tech get a pullback. Looks like we are getting some aggressive movement there for a second, which should pop up on SPY. Another aggressive pullback. Still holding 442.50, of course, making it very indecisive for traders. Still holding above the today's open, on the 5-minute, yet to get a close under that. Looking for a close under that to really give you a first initial sign of more pullback. But you can see each time they pop a new high, bulls have a hard time holding it. So that could be a good initial sign already. All right, SPY is still slowing down. We talked about that. Still looking for a better close under today's open. You can see the 15 minutes still just shaping up. Got a good push. This recent candle ruining a lot of that push. See if they can break under today's open or what's going to hold. I want to see the bigger time frame real quick just to see what the hell's going on. Bam. So you can see we did start out at resistance. Pre-market pushed that. We held the bottom of that area at 441.90s. Almost made it to 443.30s. And we have 445 up ahead. 445.04. Go to the daily just to show you what this all looks like now. And you can see the higher low did hold a short-term bottom. We have hit this resistance. But like I said, just because this is a good low to watch and this is a good resistance to watch doesn't mean we're bullish or bearish. This is a good range just to keep in mind. You could see seller moves pop up here. You could see buyer moves pop up here over the next couple weeks. We could see a breakout over this. We could see a breakdown under this. You know, there's a couple scenarios in front of us here. So it's just good to keep all of them in mind. Regardless if you're bullish, bearish, or whatever. Doesn't matter. It's good to keep everything in mind. Why are we not bearish with that bearish engulfing candle? Who said we weren't? I didn't say we weren't bearish. I just said we're still shaping up. We're looking for a more defined close under today's open. I've only said it 100 times, which we have still yet to get. Here, we'll mark it. Make it easy to see. Still no close under today's open. That's really your first indication of bears being able to pull back. So keep that level on watch. They've already broken on the 1 minute. They're retesting away. 5 minutes still shaping up. 15 minutes still shaping up. You're never going to see me sit here and say, yeah, man, we're 100% bearish, because you're never 100% bearish or bullish anywhere. Doesn't matter what you're looking at. So you're never going to see me personally say bearish or bullish in one direction. You'll see me say risk reward and stuff, because risk reward is still here for bulls technically. But now that today's open is losing, that probability is slightly decreasing. But you're really just looking for control of today's open right now. But Jason, that does add bearish pressure to the chart. I will say that. You are correct in saying that. But you're not going to see me say, oh, the chart's bearish. It's just too vague of something to say. Personally, I don't like talking that way. because it makes people think, oh, he's shorting it. He's in puts. He's bearish. This is going down. So I don't want people to think that. There are variables, there are parameters for everything. And you should have that in all of your plans too, you know, moving forward. You know, it should be, well, I'll be bullish on this until this happens, or I'll be bearish on this until this happens, or, you know, I'll be bullish on this until this target hits. You know, it's not always about if it goes against you or not. It could also be, what if it hits my target? Also, sectors, you know, today we've had a perfect example of this. Like today, we talked about tech having an aggressive pullback, discretionary having an aggressive pullback, and even if they do hold their areas, you want to see a counterbalance step up. And we had that for a little bit with healthcare. They pulled back already. Banks are still kind of up there hanging around, and so are comms. You know, they're still kind of holding up at a very good part of their chart. So it's not like you just had tech on watch today. You did have a lot of other things. I think we saw energy, IWM were up as well. So a lot of good movement today across the board. Don't predict, react. If this, then that. Exactly. You want to be conditional. If this, then that. A conditional format, an actual plan in front of you. Damn, we had a good amount of people step away. I guess they had to go to work or people got busy or life, which is cool. I just noticed though. That's pretty crazy. How is everyone doing though? You guys green on the day, red on the day? You sitting cash? And regardless of how you're actually doing profit loss wise, how are you doing in your trades? You know, do you feel like you've been mentally taking good quality trades, or mentally saying good updates to yourself, or at least, you know, taking good notes or anything? Any active progression really is what I'm looking for out of you guys. It doesn't matter about if your profit loss is green. Might finally see it close below the open. Looks like it. You do have a final retest of it too. They broke 442.50, broke today's open, retested that higher up level, broke again under today's open. So this could be an initial flush on your 1 minute. 5 minute is still shaping up though, so be very careful. Good day here. Good to hear Diddy. All cash. What's up, Afghani Mafia? You got one of the memberships today. Good stuff. Nuka said sitting cash. Good looks. Good to hear. Good to hear. Chase the breakout to the upside. Look, took a small loss up on Poots now. Good stuff, Carnage. I like how we've kept it that steady Poots. We don't call them puts anymore. It's Poots. Holding Poots right now for Snow, Microsoft, and SPY. Damn, you're going a little crazy. Managing, looking for some more downside for today. Okay, Dondu. I like your confidence. Stick with your plan. None or 0 DTE. Okay, well, at least I can not be as scared for you now. You tell me, how's it look like I've been doing? I love your updates, Jack. I really have been enjoying how more in-depth they've been. I hate when somebody goes into chat and just says bullish or bearish. You know, it's like, okay, but why? Where's your reasoning? So your reasoning lately has been amazing. So I will give you that. Afghani Mafia said, shout out to your supply and demand videos. Glad you like those, man. I try to keep them short and sweet and concise, straight to the detail. I don't want people thinking, you know, I hate when you go to YouTube and you type in supply and demand. Do it yourself right now. How to chart supply and demand. You go watch a video. Somebody's going to give you these like random rules that make no sense. They're going to draw levels that aren't consistent. You know, if they were to draw it this day and then delete it and draw it again tomorrow, it's going to be 100% different. I wanted to show people there is a consistent way of drawing supply and demand. So I'm glad you like those videos, man. What's up, Mikey? Yo, Mel, insane job, dude. Shout out to Mel. Want to break under the 200 EMA on the 1 minute SPY. Good call out by Charlie. Current results mixed, more in red than green. Well, Max, thank you for being honest. Again, what's most important is, really, fuck my opinion, fuck everybody else's opinion here. What's important is that you're honest with yourself, really. You're not going to get, you might get some criticisms from me, but it'll always be constructive. Nobody should ever target somebody or discredit somebody. But thank you for being honest. Mikey said, looks like SPY is going to reverse. Oh boy. Mikey the market maker came in here. Well, I'm glad to hear all these updates from you guys. Thank you for that. Glad to see who's up, who's down, who's sitting cash, who's just mentally trading, who's just taking notes of what's going on. If you guys catch my pre-market plans, the pre-market part of the streams, you definitely get a really, really good... I'm not trying to sit here and say I'm like some guru, but you do get an advantage, I feel like, because you get a better update on what's going on for upside, downside, range trading, the different scenarios, what's going on for the day, the news, the tempo, what kind of volume should we be seeing today. We go over all that. So definitely go back to the beginning of the stream if you want to get a kind of look into that. And then join tomorrow's to see what kind of updates we give tomorrow. No big news happening today. Fed bar speaks in an hour and a half, I think, or in 30 minutes. But we are getting a more aggressive pullback. Like I said, you might get that first flush. We've been seeing weak signs of pushes. But really, we're looking for a good close under today's open. Finally got that on this 5-minute candle. And now the aggressive pullback has started occurring. See, guys, it's all about having a plan. We had good plans for upside. We had good plans for downside. And both of them seem to be working for short-term plays. We'll see if we can get the continuation in the way the bulls did not give us the continuation to the upside earlier. So we'll see if we get a bigger flush here finally. Like I said, though, they do still have a lot of room down to previous day close, down here at 440. So you could see a little bit more of a pullback. But we could also see if they want to try to hold previous day supply, which they did short-term hold. We'll see if they want to try to fail again. Good job, Mel. 67% on his runner. Good job, Dondu. No, you're good, man. It's good to be comfortable until you're invalidated. I like that you stuck to your plan. I like that you're in so many things. I don't think I like that you're in Snow, Microsoft, and SPY, because essentially you're trading two of the same play. But at the same time, if you have good plans set up and you have invalidation points, that's really all that matters. Handful of trades, each 1, 2. Okay, that's good. That's good. I had to reread that. That's what's important. New low of day, good call by Carnage. Good job, Mel, again. But who all caught that update, though, for real? We talked about the potential break under today's open being the first real initial sign of a potential short-term flush. Again, not saying we're going to the floor or like some huge Satan candle is going to appear. We're just saying this is where the flush could start from. So now we'll see, can we get retests from this if we do get some buying popping up here? If not, do we get more flushing down to 440.70? Does that break and we get a test of 439.94, which is the previous day close? Do we get that test? We'll have to see what levels below they want to go touch. So far, they're already breaking into previous day high supply. Good call out Daffy. He just said SPYs at previous day high. Bulls suck. Mel. What does a Satan candle look like? I just meant like a big, large green candle. And I said Satan because that's the only red thing I can think of that's, I guess, evil.
But at the same time, I was saying it because you have people who are always like, "Oh my God, the Hulk candle." So I was trying to think of an opposite. What's an opposite of Hulk? I guess. But good job, guys. Though we talked about them trying to hold this good risk reward for bulls. They did pop a new high. We just couldn't get much movement from that. And then from there, getting an invalidation, breaking today's open on the 1 and the 5 minute. We're also getting it here on the 15 minute, but this is still developing. An Elmo candle. Oh, there we go. Red Hulk. I don't want to say Red Hulk. I feel like that's too easy. Elmo candle. That's a good. I feel like everybody knows Elmo's red. Giant head and shoulders for SPY. What time frame you on, Nuka? If you mean the smaller time frames, not really going to be of much help to you there because we don't really have much price action developed to give you a head and shoulders yet. But could potentially form one, I guess. Hydra candle. Ooh, that's a good name too. Damn, y'all okay? Y'all are good with the names. Hydra candle. Like Hail Hydra. For you Avengers fans. On the 3 month? Okay, see, that's a lot better of an answer. Yeah, on this time frame, I wouldn't have been able to help you there. You're talking about the... Here, let me get a empty chart. Okay, let's just... I got charts for videos, I got charts for streams, I got charts for this and that. My bad, I don't know why I went down to smaller again. Yeah, I think what Nuka is talking about is this potential head and shoulder. I really don't like to look at flat head and shoulders though. You really want to look for angled ones, which just only has kind of a slight angle to it. So I'm not, and again, do not ever sit here and just focus on a pattern. Does this represent a potential head and shoulders? Yeah, I won't argue that one. Should you just trade off of just this though? No, you definitely should go off of a lot more, and that's where your bigger time frame TA steps in. So you can have a lot more of a detailed, breakdown of what you want to see. Because right now you have a low, a higher low, right up against really important supply. This was old supply that tried to hold as demand beforehand, failed again over here. We've now rejected it, so it's still supply. So if anything, you're still very bearish, and that adds into what you just said. But again, if we get a push over 445, this could invalidate that potential move. So we'll see. The higher open today, the indecisive candle, the low volume, the news being in the more medium or middle part to second half of this week, that kind of ties all in together with today's price action. So anybody who says they're confused with what's going on today just hasn't been paying attention. So should go back to the beginning of the stream. Today's price action makes a lot of sense, actually. Just kind of telling the story of the chart left to right. Mel gave a reason to puts posted, as did I. SPY 15-minute hammer with volume. Good call out by Daffy. It's all about having a plan set up, having invalidation points. Good job, Mel. Good job, Daffy, posting non-biased updates. Thank you guys again. Oh my god, I hate when it does that. Sorry guys, I was posting info. I was saying good thing to do is sit back, relax, and relax. I don't know why I can't speak, and watch the bigger time frames. TA. We have the higher low, but we are also at major supply. 433 to 445 could range for weeks, or we could see a breakout very soon with the news coming out this week. So a couple things to keep in mind. If you guys check out the, hold up, briefing website I was showing earlier. Sorry, it's bright white. Pretty much most sectors are strong. Again, you don't really have that many weak ones. You might have had weak ones from the open, but overall, if you count the entire day, their bigger time frame, everything, you do have a lot of market sectors that pushed up and have held a good part of their gains. You can see tech is not considered in this. Neither is discretionary. We just have our comms chart. We have our banks. And then we have our they didn't add healthcare in there either. I guess they don't care about healthcare. Moving the market today, carrying momentum from Friday's rebound. That's that higher low we talked about. Reacting to merger and acquisition activity, and then you have news-driven pop in shares of Triple M boosting Dow. So just good short-term information to know. Let's go see that news. How much did they move? Ooh, they went up to 104 almost, 105. Nice. Started up higher and lost a lot of their gains, but still where they kind of gapped up to, though. And that did help out Dow a little bit. How much of a weight are they in Dow? I don't know Dow weights as well. They're 22nd. Okay, so they're about 2% of them. They're not as big as UNH, but I guess they're still a relative size. They're spread out a lot differently than SPY and Qs, I'll give you that. Yeah, you have to pay attention to a lot more when you look at the Dow. Damn. You gotta look at like 20 different things at once because there's so many things that are actually like a decent size of this folder. UNH clearly the king of it, which you should already be used to looking at UNH with how big of a healthcare sector stock this is. This is a huge weight. They've pulled back from a good bearish engulfing at resistance. We saw multiple rejections of that. We were bullish a while back. They consolidated them. We haven't really touched them again since. Since then, though, they've rejected with a good bearish candle, got a good lower high, rejected from supply again. They've dipped down almost to that halfway point. They'll probably cascade a little bit more until they get news or something to put them back to the upside. Either way, though, I'll look for more basing around here and see if we can get another play on that in the future. Jack gave me a good update on DE because we were looking at this. We wanted to go long. Ended up having to wait a lot longer. PayPal, I'm pretty bullish on this as long as it holds 57s, really. Like that one a lot. ENPH was another one that I kind of like. Had to average down, cut half of the position. I'm in the lower averaged contract still. But I like this play a lot still. Basically, as long as it holds 119. But even that one's having a little bit of slowdown to it. And I haven't really done any new analysis on any new plays yet. But starting this week, hopefully starting this week, I'll have to talk with my boy a little bit more. But my friend Sherman is going to be coming on here and streaming for you guys a little bit here and there. Not every day, not every week, but here and there I want to start bringing him on here more for swing trading streams more. And those will be in more of the back half of the day, not the beginning half. But just something good to look out for. And the first couple streams that we're going to do together are going to be covering the basics of things you guys can do to try and get better at swing trading with actual rules. Again, not just giving you random BS. By the way, guys, we are exiting supply on bigger time frames, so keep that in mind. It's a really good move to the downside. Can keep continuing here after that 5-minute close under today's open. Took an L on triple Q. Sorry to hear that, Hayes. Hopefully you didn't overstack the amount you made on your SPX play earlier. That was a nice gain you had. Small scalp with 442 puts, $80. Good job, Florida Trader. Jack, can you tell Microsoft to follow SPY, please? Nice stream, $215 payday. I'll take it. Gotta run and prepare for a nasty storm here in Florida. Oh, man, be safe, man. I really do hope you are safe. I'm not just saying that. I'm in Texas. Hurricanes are a bitch. But Florida, man, hope you're safe over there for real. Hope everybody wishes you a good time. Be on the 1-minute SPY. We are an elite test, but I feel like at the same time I should just be watching right. I don't want to get stuck in the chop. I mean, if you see a setup, Deuce, take it, you know? I know I'm late to answering what you just said to me by a long shot. But if you see a lead test and you like it, man, take it. You know, if you're not comfortable yet, though, don't push yourself. You know, this is exactly what I was talking about last week, being comfortable. You know, if you're not comfortable, if you're still feeling hesitant, then you need to review more, and that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You know? But, yeah. Give yourself confidence, you know, and what's the only way to stack confidence? What's the only way to increase your discipline? What's the only way to develop good habits? Time and process. So over time, over a good process. What's the process we like to use? The levels, supply and demand, the 40% entry, the 80% entry, the lead test, the buy the dip entry. And if it's anything outside that, you're kind of stepping outside of the system. You're stepping outside of things we've practiced, things we go over. You know, and these are the things that are going to increase your confidence over time, create good habits. And if anybody has any questions about anything I just said, go to the BB YouTube. This is my channel. Go to videos. And then you can click popular. You can get to the best video on the channel very quickly. Workshop number 11. This is the first video anybody should watch on my channel. This is the video. It's the one-stop shop video we made. So people can just watch this and get a very good in-depth detail into what we look for. This breaks down how we get our levels on bigger and smaller mainly smaller time frames. And then it covers the entries we take, the styles we take, everything around that. Covers the staircase method, which is the method we talk about in our chats, where we basically you start with one con, you make it to your first target, and then you do that until you're very comfortable, and then you grow your account over time, get into 3 contracts, let's say. You take 2 at that first target you've been getting really good at, and then you try to get really good at that last contract, your runner. And then over time, you work that way. And again, it's not really about the money, it's about the process. But that's a very good staircase method that we like to use in our chat. But then you can also check out the playlist. This is where we have the Fibonacci's, the lead test, live trading series. All you guys have access to that. Base building, swing trading videos, workshop videos, a little motivation playlist that I made a long time ago. But yeah, make sure to go through the channel. Playlist, videos, live streams, it's all here. We don't hide anything. It's all there. But what Deuce was referring to just now was this move that just happened here. Now, traditionally you would go from the top of the move to the bottom of the move and then you catch the reversal here. But there's another method where I've gone over the retest. Again, that's one of my favorite videos, is the retest trading video. I'll have to relink that to everybody. But today we talked about the break of the today's open. We needed to see a break under this in the 5-minute at least, right? So from the today's open down to where we made this dip, that is where our first buy reaction came through, right? If you take that, go down to the 1 minute, go down to that area, you'll see that there was a push over it. They did get over it at one point, but they brought it back down. Still no entry. What did they give you, though? They gave you a good lower high with an inverted hammer or star. A lot of you guys call it shooting stars, hammers. Doesn't matter. We all know what we're talking about here. That is where you got your entry candle. You finally got a good entry, stop loss right above that. You could even set it as a loose one up here if you really needed to. That was a good initial scalp move. That is what the lead test is. It's a good quick initial scalp to the recent low off of a lower high, but it's calculated. It's not just off of a random area. But that is what Deuce was referring to just now. Again, though, check out the playlist on the channel, guys. I cannot express to you how many times people have come to me and or even Leelander, people in chat, and said, you know what, I don't understand this. How do you guys do this or that? And then it's like, what do you mean? This has been a YouTube video for months now. You know, it's not like this is something new we just started doing. You know, and we're not trying to get on to you, but, you know, dear Lord, please look for yourself, please. You know, I would say a great thing to do is looking for yourself, you know, watching the video a few times or whatever video you're on, study it a few times, then watch it again. But this time, go along with it, you know, your second or third time alongside your own chart. You know, try to find some own examples of for yourself, you know, and then start to try to find them in real time as the markets open. Try to find them as they pop up, you know, and then over time you'll start to get that muscle memory. Essentially, is what I'm trying to tell you. But the muscle memory will start to pick up. But hopefully that helps you out, Rashad, and anybody else who is looking for that information. Apple's iPhone 14 was the most shipped smartphone in the first half of the year, according to research from Omdia. In January to June period, Apple's iPhone 14 Pro Max shipped 26.5 million units. Let me try to read the continuation of that. The most out of any model from any manufacturer in history, compared with 21 million unit shipments for the iPhone 14 Pro. Apple accounted for all 4 of the top shipping models, with the iPhone 14 coming in third on 16.5 million units, and the iPhone 13 selling 15.5 million units. Last year, the iPhone 13 was the best-selling device on the market, indicating consumers were still buying flagship devices, but at the entry level rather than the top end. This year, the iPhone 14 Pro Max, the most expensive of the Cupertino, California tech giant smartphone array, has taken the crown. So, seeing a little trend from people going from the cheaper phones to the more expensive ones. People are tripling down on Apple. Can you blame them? Trying to see if there's any news. I don't really see anything else. Just to show you guys the earnings calendar for this week. I love using this website now. But this is for this week. It's very easy to see the logos of the companies. It's very easy to just hover over them real quick. But this is savvytrader.com/earnings. Very amazing website. Very easy to look at. Shows you the before and after logos, all that good stuff. So easy to see. Prefer that over earnings calendar now. Apple is cash rich. Yeah, they have an insane amount of money. Did you see that they have an actual possible chance of buying Disney? Did you see that? They could literally buy Disney. And it's actually like in their head that they could do it. Tesla showing some strength compared to the market. Good update by Shan. Let's go see if you're on it or not. Good basing. I would definitely give it that, which Amazon's trying and they're failing, but at least Tesla's doing it. Why I mention Amazon after Tesla, Shan, is because those are in the same sector. Are they going to do the same thing? No, but it's good to at least go back and see which one's doing what. Amazon's definitely weaker than Tesla in its own sector. You also have Amazon, or you also have Nike, McDonald's, Home Depot. You have a couple other tickers in that sector as well. Apple's still weak at their lows of day so far. Still holding above good areas though, guys. Like I said this morning, even if we do get a pullback, you know, they break today's open, there's a lot of room underneath. So we'll see if they end up selling it all the way off and taking up all that room or not. But guys, I think I am going to end the stream here. I appreciate you guys being here. We almost streamed for 3 hours. I started an hour before the open. Hopefully tomorrow I can try to do the same thing. If you guys were very happy with that, please leave a like. Please leave a comment. Let me know that you enjoyed that. I'm going off of y'all for real. But catch me in the Discord again. Join the Discord. The link is in the bio. You can join in, and then you can come catch some more updates with everybody. Come drop your trade reviews. Come drop your own trades in here. You don't have to be a member to post or to talk or to read. But if you'd like to become a member, join the upgrade channel. You can go to this WAP link right here, and it will take you to the sign up. We also have a huge discount on the course right now, a 40% off of the already discounted course. I already lowered the price, and now there's also a discount because I want more people to access it before the second one comes out. Yes, you heard that right. Second one is coming out. But we're going to end the stream here now, guys. I will see you guys later on. Thank you all. I will see you all later on. Love you all. And yeah.